Right, hello everyone. Happy 2025. My name is Chris. This is my channel. We love comics, and I thought I would do my top 10 books that I purchased in the year 2024. Both sad and happy to see 2024 go. As they say in The Tale of Two Cities, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. I think that pretty much sums up 2024 in a nutshell. Let's hope 2025 is tremendously better for each and every one of you out there in the comic book world. So I thought I would show the top 10. I actually bought more than 10 books, but I didn't want to make a 2 hour long video because you guys know I love to rant. And there are some that are on their way to get graded. And there's actually some that I've already sold in the auction that won't be on this list because I technically don't own them anymore. And speaking of which, I just want to remind everybody that this Saturday, the 4th, at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm going to be doing a live comic book auction. I did a sneak peek video just the other day. I just posted the link in the live chat. When this video uploads, I'll put it in the comment section as well. But check out the video that I did 2 days ago showing all of the comics that I am going to be selling at the auction. And you can actually make me an offer. Just contact me at peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com on any of the books before the auction ever happens. So it does pay to watch all of my videos. Now, 4 of the books have already sold. And there are 2 people that took advantage of the fact that they can buy the books before the auction ever starts, so they don't have to worry about getting into any bidding wars. So just want to let people know Amazing Spider-Man number 41 has been sold. Fantastic Four number 52 has been sold. Fantastic Four number 49 has been sold. And Batman 181 has been sold. But there's still 16 more comics that are available. And like I warn people all the time, 95% of the people that buy from my auctions either buy before or after the auction. Sometimes I get no sales during the live auction, but that doesn't mean I don't make sales. So don't wait until the last minute. Remember, guys, I check eBay because every single comic is graded. I check eBay to see what is the lowest one sold on eBay for that grade, and I sell my books for lower than that. Plus, you don't have to add whatever the eBay taxes are for the price that you see as the lowest sold on eBay. So I am extremely competitive. I always recommend people when they are on my live auctions to check the eBay sales so they could see that I am 100% legit about this because I want to make it so I make money and I'm happy. I want to make sure you get a comic you don't have to spend over what most people do and are happy, and it's a win-win for everybody. So while I'm waiting for people to come in, let's say hello to Pino and Lee Smith, both in the live chat. If you want to critique the AI art, positive, negative, or indifferent, by all means, please do. Always appreciate hearing your points of view. Let's give a shout out to my shout out. Well, shout out to my shout out. That makes sense. Let's give a shout out to my paid Patreon members. If you want your name up there and have your name shouted out every single video I do, just go on patreon.com/we love comics. And there is no minimum other than what the minimum is for any Patreon, which is $2 a month, and you'll get your name up there. Now, when I get notification from Patreon that somebody has become a paid member, they'll say your full name. I'm not going to give somebody's personal information out, so I'll just do your first name and your last initial. But if you'd prefer me to do a shout out instead of your name to like a YouTube page, or if you have Instagram or Facebook or a social network, or if you have an eBay store, or even if you have your own home personal business and you'd like me to share a phone number or a website, let me know at peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com. So let's give a shout out to Sith Lord, Michael B, James R, Dan L, Herbert R, Annabelle N, Jason B, Kim N. Last 3 all have social networks they'd like me to share with you. So if you have Instagram, check out Scott at ScottWU077. If you have Facebook, check out Stephen at Stephen L. Turk Author. And last but not least, again, if you have Instagram, check out Silver Age Surfer at Silver Age Surfer _comics. And if you join or follow any of them, just tell them We Love Comics sent you. I'm sure they would appreciate that. So once we get to 20 paid members, I got some giveaways that I want to give away. Let's see if we could start that in 2025, because as long as there's 20 paid members, I'll do a giveaway every single month. It's my way of saying thank you for people that contribute to not only helping with the comic books that I acquire, but also helping me to feed and support um, about between 17 and 25 stray cats that I take care of every single day, and pay for vet bills, get them fixed, get them, have their inoculations and things like that. So any contributions help mainly to support those animals. So if you're an animal lover, any support is grateful, helps to buy food and helps pay for medicines they may need. Looking to see if we can get our first trade done in 2025. If you have any of these books or know anybody that has one, contact me at peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com. Let's make it happen where we can save thousands of dollars on a purchase, save hundreds of dollars in taxes, and a way to beat the system, because legally the you cannot get taxed for trades. All right, so we got Phil Ailing also here as well. So let's show the top 10 books. Um, a honorable mention is a book that I just acquired a couple of days ago. Well, we'll do two honorable mentions. One I have right here. So this is not from the top 10, but this is Sad Sack number one. This is from 1949, and this is the first appearance of Lil Dot. So if you're old like me, or older, 'cause I'm sure there's still people out there that might be older than me. I mean, there's got to be one, at least three or four people. But you should know who Little Dot is. But definitely got this for a steal. I did a video where I talk about the prices. I'm not going to go into that here. But that's the honorable mention. The other one I don't have with me right now because it's on its way to get graded. Um, the Amazing Spider-Man annual number one, first appearance of the Sinister Six. So very happy to have those. And like I said, I got a bunch others that I've done this year, but I just wanted to make it a top 10. So number 10, absolutely love this book. I have a couple of copies. This is Batgirl. I'm sorry, Adventures into Batman 12. Batman Adventures 12. Jeez. No, I don't drink, ladies and gentlemen, and no, I'm not on drugs. I guess 2025 is going to affect me in ways that eh, probably age. Anyway, let's try this. This is why I love doing this live, because I don't cut it. I get you get to see me for real in my retarded states every now and then. But this is Batman Adventures 12. Say it with me. First appearance of Harley Quinn. It is only a 6.0, but it is a newsstand variant. So these are harder to come by, and what I definitely recommend to get, especially when somebody says when it comes to a modern book, they say don't get a book. First of all, anybody telling you don't get a book is ridiculous, because you buy what you want. But many people will say, oh, there's a large print run. Well, if you have a newsstand, there's a lot less print run. And if you have some certain ones that have Mark Jewelers, which this does not have a Mark Jewelers variant, I don't think they had them at that point. But that's going to make them even rarer. So number 10 is not a bad book to have. Same as this. I have a 9.8 version of this book, but not this particular version. I'll explain in a second. So number 9, Secret Wars number 8, which is the origin of the black symbiote suit, which later becomes Venom. 7.0, you'll think, well, what's the big deal? Like I was saying just earlier, not only is this as a newsstand, but it is a Mark Jewelers variant. Bought this book. All of these books I bought raw, except for, I believe, one of them, and then got them graded myself. But like I said, if you can get Mark Jewelers variants of books that the regular print would be fairly common, a Mark Jewelers newsstand variant is going to be between 5 and 7% of a total print run. So that makes it a heck of a lot rarer. Number 8, never owned this book before. I would love to get the first appearance of this book, but it is incredibly expensive. Who knows? Stranger things have happened, but very happy with this one for the time being. This is Usagi Yojimbo, issue number 1. It is actually got a signature and a remark. This would not be considered a sketch because it's just a little tiny doodle, so they call that a remark. Got it great. It came back a 9.4, which is respectable, but it is signed and remarked by Stan Sakal. This is the first Usagi Yusimbo in his own title. Not a bad book to have. Again, I would love to get the first appearance. 7. I actually sold one of these in a similar grade, that one of the books that sold in the auction. But this is one that I got this year. Got many copies of this. There's always deals out there. Of course, this is Fantastic Four, number 49. Second appearance of Silver Surfer. First full appearance of Galactus. First time they're on the cover. Pretty iconic cover. Love all the colors and everything. We got Fantastic Four coming to the MCU. You got Galactus and Silver Surfer also eventually coming to the MCU. This book is a no-brainer at this point. Probably why somebody bought it before the auction started, because book is going to continue to rise. Sent that one in, got it graded a 6.0 off-white to white pages. All right, number 6. First appearance. This is Caliber Presents number 90. I'm sorry. It's Caliber Presents number 1 from 1989. This is actually, and I bought this one already graded. I may crack it out someday, I don't know. But it's a 9.2 CGC book. This is the first appearance of the Crow. So I know a lot of people go for the Crow number 1, because of course that's what's going to be on the cover. But this is the Crow's first appearance. So absolutely a great book to have. The movie that just recently came out, I haven't seen it, but I've heard not too many good reviews about it. And unfortunately, that lowered the price of these books. But to me, that's a buying opportunity. If the movie did great and they're going to make sequel after sequel and everybody loved it, this book would have probably doubled overnight, and I probably wouldn't have been able to afford it or thought it was worth the price. So I love when books go down, and that's why back in like 2017, when Fox did that historically bad Fantastic Four movie, basically showing that they were doing it to keep the license, and all the books were going down, that's when I was telling people to buy. And that's when I was able to acquire a Fantastic Four number 1, 40, a couple of Fantastic Four 48s and 49s, and the prices rose up again. So when you see dips, those are buying opportunities. All right, so let's get into my top 5. And again, I'm going to post this in the link just in case you're just coming in. My auction, my comic book auction, is going to be Friday, this coming Friday, the 4th, at 3 p.m., and that's Eastern time. There's a link to my video that I did the other day with the sneak peek. And if you want to place an offer on any of them before the auction ever happens and keep it from going on to the auction, contact me, peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com. All right. This one was not graded when I bought it, and it came back a fairly decent grade, and I got this for a really good price. And I always hate when people say they got something with a really good price and they don't tell you the price. Just watch my other videos that I've made and you'll hear the price, because like I said, I don't want these videos to be too long. So this is Werewolf by Night 32. I now have 3 copies of this book. Came back a 6.5. Very happy with that. And for the price I paid for it, I'll just show you on this one. And I bought that this year. So $505. That's why sometimes it pays to buy books raw, especially if you could overlook the book and it looks better than what somebody might say it is. I'm very happy with a 6.5. That's about a $900 book at this point. And let's hope they continue to use Moon Knight in the MCU. But off-white to white pages, definitely love having that book. One I can highly recommend. Cannot find the other one, so this would have been both in the same spot because it was bought from the same person. So number 4, you're gonna say, okay, X-Men 266, first appearance of, well, arguably first full appearance of Gambit, even though the annual has more than one spot. So the people seem to gravitate towards this one because he is on the cover, even though, like I said, it is argumentative that this is labeled and considered the first full appearance. If you argue that the annual is, I'm not going to argue back because, it does make sense because it's not one panel or one or two panels where he doesn't say anything. I mean, he has full-on conversations, but the internet has said this is the more popular one, so we're going with that. So you'll think, oh, what's the big deal? It's not even a Mark Jewelers and it's not even a newsstand. Well, why is this your number four? Then you'll be like, all right, well, 3.0, that's not that great. Well, you could see some writing on it. So not only does it have one signature, not only does it have two, not only does it have three, not only does it have four, but it has five signatures on it. So I got this all confirmed with PGX because they do in-house signature verification. It is signed by Andy Kubert, Tom DeFalco, Joe Rubenstein, Chris Claremont, and the late great Stan Lee. I got this one pretty much, I would say, for a steal. And I'll give the price on this one, $431. So even though it's an 8.0, even though it is the regular version and it has off-white to white pages, and they do mark it as first full appearance of Gambit, but again, that could be argued. To get this book with five signatures on it, including Stan Lee, I'm blown away by that. The other book that would have been tied with this that I bought from the same seller was one of my New Mutants 98s. I think it came back in 9.2. That one had either, I think it had four signatures on it, one of which is Stan Lee. So I'm very happy with that book and definitely, in my opinion, deserves to be in the top four. Top three of the bigger boys. I had a higher grade one, but I sold it. I have a lower grade one, so I mean, the next best thing is the current highest that I own, because the one that I sold in the auction is no longer mine. So I'm not going to show a book that's no longer mine anymore, even though it was a purchase I made in 2024. So I'll just go with what I still have. This, of course, is Amazing Spider-Man number 238, first appearance of the Hobgoblin. It is not only a newsstand variant, this one is a Mark Jewelers variant. This one does have the Marvel value stamp in it. I'm sorry, not the Marvel value stamp, the tattoo. Respectable, even though you'll think, oh, 7.5, that can't be worth much. Somebody is selling this on eBay for about $1,400. Now, anybody could say, well, anybody could sell anything for anything. Go look at the sales for these books. Mark Jewelers variants, especially for this book, because not only do you have to have it in higher grade, not only do you have to have it as a Mark Jewelers without having the coupons written or taken out, but it also has to have the tattoos for it to be complete. Now, some would say, it's still complete, even though some book may miss a tattoo. That depends on if somebody's a perfectionist and needs everything or doesn't really care. Because, I would rather have a small little tattoo missing than page 14, for example, where it's incomplete and the story is ruined. But yeah, absolutely, this is a valuable book. And if they ever use Hobgoblin in the MCU, what do you think's going to happen to that book? All right, so the top two are my big boy books. Now, this was a book I had sold, not in this auction coming, but the previous auction. And I kind of missed it because it was my only copy. And I thought, oh, I'll never find another one again. But this was actually the first purchase I got in 2024. So it was January 2nd of 2024. I saw this one, saw the price. It was a buy it now. I had to buy it. And now I have it back in my collection. It's a lower grade than what I had, but I paid a lot less for it. So we got Justice League of America, first appearance of the Justice League. So, of course, Brave and the Bold, number 28, respectable 2.0, which is about what I thought the grade would be. And light tan to off-white pages. Absolutely love this book. I mean, they've already used I was going to say Star Wars, but Starro in the DCU, and they'll most likely never use him again. But still, first appearance of the Justice League of America. I'll take it. And then last but not least, if you've been watching my videos, thanks to my mother, thanks to my wife, and thanks to PayPal credit, I was able to acquire this book as basically a birthday present, a Christmas present for this year, well, from 2024, and anniversary present. Absolutely love this book. Never thought I would own it. I've seen so many people with this book, and I was definitely jealous. It was originally graded by CBCS. When I got it, I saw it absolutely had some pressable defects. So I cracked it open, sent it to get pressed and cleaned and regraded. And my number one book for 2024 is Journey into Mystery 83, First Appearance of Thor at a 3.0. If you look up 3.0s on eBay, they're selling for about $7,500 to $8,500. There is going to be another Thor movie. Let's hope it's not like Thor Love and Thunder. I don't believe they are absolutely going to go in that way again, and I think they're going to get back on track, especially since you have, like King Thor that they can do and make it more serious. But he's under contract to do another Thor movie, so these books, if they get back on track and the movie does well, I mean, Chris has done an incredible job of portraying Thor that, they'll forgive him for that last movie because, it's not really his fault. It's the writers and the producers of that movie. But absolutely love this book. And it's a matter of fact, if you look at my list of books I was trying to acquire for a trade, this was one of them. Didn't get it via trade, but like I said, for a birthday present, Christmas present, anniversary present, I can't complain about that. So as you can see, I actually kept the original label. So it was originally a 2.5. But like I said, when I got it, I saw there was non-color break increases. So I didn't know how much a pressing would help, but I had a sneaking suspicion that the pressing would help. And it went up. I mean, it didn't go up a lot. It went from a 2.5 to a 3. But hey, that's a free upgrade. That's going to be a couple $100 in difference of value. Now, with this, I don't know what this is, but it looks like somebody dropped some nail polish here. So there were people saying when I first showed this book, it was like, oh, somebody purposely covered that. So this way you don't know if it is the Euro version, the UK variant, or the US version. The way you can tell if something like this, like if this piece is missing or covered or ripped or what have you, and you can't see it or can't tell, if you go here where it says 83 for the issue, if it's if it says August, it's the US version. If it just says 83 and it's blank underneath, that is the UK variant because what they said was even though technically the UK variant actually was issued before this book, they did not know when it was going to be in publication once it reached the UK. So that's why they left the month off. So technically, the UK version came out before this, but obviously the US version is going to be the more valuable one. So those are my top 10. I would absolutely love to hear what you have to think of, what you thought about my top 10. If you've been watching my videos this year, you'll know I could have done a top 30 this year of the books that I got. But like I said, some of them are getting graded. Like, for example, I have a 9.4 um, New Mutants 98 Mark Jewelers variant that I had to send back because they forgot to mark that it was a Mark Jewelers. The Amazing Spider-Man #1, annual #1, and a couple of others, and some I've sold in the auction. So, I mean, I'm not going to show books, even though I did buy them in 2024. I no longer own them. And plus, there were plenty of other books, but I didn't want to make this too long. And that's what she said. So, anyway, if you want to critique my AI art, by all means, please do. I'm going to post once again in the live chat. Click on the link that I posted so you can go to the video of the sneak peek for the auction. Excuse me. The auction is this Saturday, the 4th, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. But if you watch my sneak peek video, you can be able to message me at peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com and be able to make an offer for any of those books still available. Now, like I said, 4 of those books have already sold. So the advantages of watching the sneak peek video before the auction is you can own that book and not have to worry about getting into a bidding war on the auction or showing up late and finding out somebody already won the auction. So hopefully you'll check it out and make me a fair offer. And if I get a fair offer, it takes it off the auction. So, like I said, the four books that are no longer available is Fantastic Four 52, Fantastic Four 49. We also have, hold on a second, let me just pull the paper up. Batman 181 and Amazing Spider-Man 41. All four of those have already been sold. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. That's the first video of 2025. If you want to hit the thumbs up button, great. If you want to hit the thumbs down button, that's perfectly fine. Let's give a shout out to our people in the live chat. So we don't have a lot of people, so we're gonna go with all of them. So Pino, Lee Smith, Phil Eiling, and forgive me if I mispronounce that. Brian Norman, the comic book G-Man. Always good to see you. As a matter of fact, I was on the comic book G-Man's live show just before New Year's. So hopefully you guys and gals will go check him out because, not for nothing, nobody ever invites me on any live show or any interview. I guess they're afraid to interview me because, I am the comic book Satan, according to some people. Um, but he's invited me not only once but twice. He's a gentleman, and I would take it as a personal favor if you go to the Comic Book G-Man and not only watch his video but subscribe to his channel. He definitely needs more subscribers, and he definitely deserves them. So shout out to you as well. And let's see if there's anybody else. GT Key Comic also. So you guys know what to do. Once the video uploads, you can put the link of either your YouTube channel, a specific YouTube video, or a social network, or your own personal business, or an eBay channel or an eBay store, Amazon store. I'll leave it up to you. So you guys know how to do that by now. So thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know what you think. So when this uploads, go in the comments section and let's hear your critiques, positive, negative, or indifferent. And then, like I said, check out my sneak peek video. Um, Make it a fair offer for any of the books so you don't have to worry about being outbid or miss out on the live auction on Saturday. Otherwise, I'll hopefully see you guys Saturday. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And don't forget, it is not you, it is not I, it is we love comics. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Have a great 2020.